Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Tonight on the show we will be reviewing the patch notes of the actual patch that will be delivered tomorrow on the live server, and there's a couple of interesting stuff there, and some I'm quite happy with, but with some I'm not that keen in seeing, and we'll get there in a moment. So as mentioned in the previous video, I was right, we will be getting the industry update or slash patch up slash content, whatever it was promised us, and we finally see it here, and it's going to be arriving tomorrow, and there'll be 3 new ships being introduced: the Rorqual, which is the industrial capital ship, the Orca, which is a sub-capital industrial ship, and the Noctis, which is a specialized salvaging ship. I wonder how good that is without the actual salvages. But anyway, let's get over into the actual patch notes, and we'll quickly take a look at what exactly are we going to be getting. So, the 3 new ships, the Noctis, the Orca, and the Rorqual. The Noctis will be a T8 medium industrial ship with the powerful ability to salvage wrecks. Again, you kind of need the skills and the salvages, right? The salvages are not actually salvages, they're just auto-looters. And yeah, you'll probably get some bonuses off the ship, so it will help with the auto looters. I can't call them salvages, I'm sorry. So I don't know how good they'll be without the skills. The skills are, I don't know if we can still see them on the market. They were around 6 billion a piece. And the salvages, of course, the dust salvages that was in the store is clocked up at around 200 million. While the other ones are pretty expensive, like the Galente and the other named auto looter, which is over 2 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, the Orca is another ship, the tech level 10 large industrial command ship capable of operating mining drones. Though the Orca will be having mining drones just as announced in the EMA, using mining foreman bursts to enhance the performance of fleet member miners. Rorqual is a Tech 10 capital industrial ship capable of operating state-of-the-art exhumer drones, which I'm guessing it's a bigger version of the mining drones, and using mining foreman bursts just like the Orca. It will also further enhance mining, combat, and command abilities by fitting industrial modules, which are specific modules made for the Rorqual to help boost the fleet's ability into, I don't know, gathering more stuff or being more proficient into combat, at least defending. Not sure exactly how you can defend with a fleet of miners against a mighty fleet of whatever you want, because it's going to be specialized PvP ships to just cram into your mining barges. It's not going to last for long, right? But it might help with any defending squads that might be around, offering support to the miners being attacked. So being in a fleet with the Rorqual might give you some decent bonuses, and if you have the proper ships. Now, of course, you all know the rule: if reds are announced on Intel, you scram the hell out of there. You don't sit in belt, not with the Orca, not with the Rorqual, not with any other mining ship. You just go dock, whatever, say spot, log out, and switch to a PvP ship to repel the invaders. It also has the ability to compress ore in its own cargo hold when the Industrial Enhance module is installed, and when the Industrial Command module is enabled, it can even utilize the remote compression assembly line to compress ores in fleet members cargo hold. So I'm guessing it's just like a passive effect. You can basically compress ore within your cargo hold, and if you activate it, you enable this feature for any other mining ship inside your fleet, and I'm guessing it has to be Neary for that to take effect. How to obtain: destroy industrial ships in normal, cosmic anomalies, and capital ship quarries to obtain medium, large, and capital ship debris. Use them to perform reverse engineering to get blueprints and craft them. So the medium is corresponding to the Noctis, the large will be corresponding to the Orca, and the capital ship debris will be corresponding to the Rorqual. Mining drones. Introducing 4 types of large mining drones and rigs, which can be used on large ships in general. The Orca is a perfect fit in particular, well, mostly because it has bonus, but that doesn't mean that you can't mine with your Dominics. We also get 4 types of exhumer drones and rigs for the roll call exclusively with the most advanced technology. How to obtain, use blueprints obtained in level 9-10, scout cosmic anomalies to make them. New modules, the mining form and burst available for the Orca and roll call to enhance the performance of fleet members miners. Also introducing the industrial command module, industrial enhance module, available for the roll call to enhance its mining, combat and commanding abilities. Can also assemble and enable the roll call's ore compression assembly line to compress ore in its own cargo hold or fleet members cargo hold. How to obtain, use the mining form and burst blueprint obtain level 9-10 scout cosmic anomalies to craft mining form and burst. An ore data compiler and X large device materials can be obtained in nihil space. Reverse engineering these items will provide the industrial module blueprints. The industrial module is an extremely special type of capital module that requires some construction parts and capital ship components to manufacture. We also get new skills related to industrial command ships, capital industrial ships, mining form and burst, mining drones, consumer drones, and industrial command. This is pretty much it about the industry update. This is what the entire content. We get the Noctis, the Orca, and the Rorqual, and all of their associated modules. Of course, the Autolooters were introduced previously, so no need to add more. But it would have been a case to add them, don't you say? Because right now, it's the stock that you can see is the one that you have on the market, and of course you can get some more if you're lucky and buy the gravitational scanners off the market. You can still get some of those through bags or for something, either through the store and also on the market. You can try to push your luck. For 200 million you can get 50 million in its rewards, or you can get like over 6 billion if you get a skill chip, but that is so freaking rare. As part of this patch, we're also getting new scanning locations, level 5 data sites and relic sites, which can be scanned in systems with between -0.8 and -1.0 security status. These 10 locations are well hidden, but there's a chance to obtain the 3P integrated module blueprint and 4P integrated module U blueprint in them. It should be noted that 5 points of analysis strength are required to hack these boxes. And you might wonder, where's the 5? Because, well, the modules that we have currently are only level 4 in analysis strength. I'll have to test exactly how much of a source or a scan radius you would need to scan these sites down. I'm guessing that you won't be able to scan them using an interceptor with 3 rigs, so the source radius might be even lower than 74 meters. But I'll have to test that, and I'll get back to you in a future video. New signature being introduced, Capital Ship Quarry, which is an anomaly, a type of capital cosmic anomaly, just like the rally point, that can be discovered by pirate detection array. Capital Ship Quarry is where pirate forces run mining operations. A small number of escort capital ships and a lot of mining ships. Capsuler can destroy these sites to obtain rewards. There's a chance to encounter pirate industrial transport ships loaded with compressed ore. After repelling the pirates, capsulers can collect the remaining compressed ores, so be sure to arrange for someone to stay on site. So it will not despawn, or if it does despawn, to have somebody on site to be able to walk back to it and obtain the loot from the cans. These signals will disappear once the ship leaves. The signals do, but the cans will not, so if you make like a bookmark, you will be able to return, no problem. Lost pirate mining barge. This is a surprise that they mention in the AMA about when mining in nullsec, or at least in low security status systems, you might encounter a surprise. Well, everyone was hoping for officers or for NPCs like rats to spawn inside the belts and cause a fuss and chase miners away, at least trigger the response of nearby fleet members to come and help you get rid of them. Because in EVE Online, there's NPC pirates constantly spawning in asteroid belts, and they scale up as long as you go in down deeper, meaning you only get like a couple of frigates in high sec, then you get destroyers and cruisers in low sec, and in null sec you get full spawn battleships, and if you're not paying attention, you might die to those spawns, and that's why it's pretty common to have a support fleet on demand whenever rats spawn in belts. the allies would just come in and swoop them up. And also there's a chance of a very small, slim chance of probability of an officer spawn. An officer is like a legendary, elite, epic, all sorts of that type of NPC, which can drop severely modified modules. Some of those modules were included in the Freighters event, Kaika's modified, whatever, and there were a couple of items. And yeah, in Eve Echoes we don't have that, but instead they will be adding a lost pirate mining barge when mining in level 7 or 10 to 10 asteroid belts. Destroy them to get compressed ores. So they will only drop compressed ores. Why wouldn't they drop like some named, special, I don't know, strip miners? Have a chance to drop those, not necessarily every time, but like an incentive to pop them. Because if they just drop like some stuff, you go blow them up, and probably the stuff that they drop you can mine in 5 minutes. We'll have to see if the actual loot is worth it or not. Balance adjustments. Procurer tech level has been reduced to 8. Coveted tech level has been reduced to 9. The performance and price remain unchanged. Increased number of spawn site of asteroid belts in some systems and narrowed the difference between systems. Natural spawn rate will be increased by 300% in the condensed asteroid belts. Increased ore reserves by 100% in the asteroid belt and condensed asteroid belt. And increased the number of spawn rate of small, medium and large cosmic anomalies in some systems and narrowed the difference between systems. Increased the spawn rate of relic and data size by about 33%. And I've argued about this multiple times. Just adding an increased spawn rate will not help with the actual content that is pretty broken. The spawn rate will indeed create more sites, but the actual spawn mechanic is all weird. And in EVE Online, it's whenever you would finish a site in a specific region, another one will pop up in the same region within 2 minutes. Not in the same system, probably not even the same constellation, but definitely in the same region. If you close one, another one would open. And that would maintain a constant flux of content. You just have to search for it. Here, it kind of takes forever for something to spawn. You can spend 2 days without finding anything. And the despawn mechanic is also dumb. If you just hacked 1 or 2 cans, let's say the most expensive ones, and you leave at the site with the other cans intact, the site will never despawn. I mean, I think it can take up to 7 days or even more. And, well, because no one cares about the small cans, no one's checking them and no one's looting them except people that actually are happy they found something, even though they're disappointed that the big cans, the most expensive cans, were hacked. Sometimes somebody, me included, will try to get those just to force the site to despawn, and we don't have such a respawn mechanism as in EVE Online, but at some point in time, due to that site being despawned, another one will pop up, but in a very big chunk of space and time and whatever. So they are increasing the spawn rate by 33%, but the actual spawning mechanic and how it works, no touching there, and the despawn mechanic, again, not touched and not fixed. If a site is just hacked with the most expensive cans and left there, and no one cares for it and no one just comes by to finish the entire site, it will stay there, broken for so much time. Actually, it will render any respawn of any other site in, I don't know how the mechanic works, but it will render any respawn of another site in, let's say, that particular area of space pretty much worthless. Nothing will spawn again for the foreseeable future, like a week or so, which is utterly disheartening for anyone who's trying to do like exploration. And of course there's another problem with the exploration, the fact that, well, even with 555 skills and with the best modules and best ships and best bonuses, there's plenty of chances that the cans will blow up in your face. So you spend 3 days finding a site and then the cans just blow up. Even with max skills, there's the RNG feature kicking in and actually kicking you in the balls. I've mentioned and suggested multiple times, add a mini game just like an EVE Online, something that actually involves the player into hacking those, and the hacking becomes something that the player must do, like with its own powers and capabilities and knowledge, and of course probably also skill points invested into skills of hacking, giving them some specific bonuses. But just letting it through RNG with max skills and the cans blowing up in your face, it just feels horrendous. Reduce the chance of opening a single chest to obtain multiple rare blueprints and inquisitors, scout relics, size capital, cosmic anomalies. This will reduce the production of rare blueprints in the universe and alleviate the short-term market oversupply caused by increased production of rare blueprints in the Gristas and the Angel Cartel regions. More blueprint-related gameplay will be available in the future, adding mining-related blueprints to level 9 and level 10 Cosmic Scout Anomaly boxes, reduce the cooldown time and fuel consumption of the Ore Gravity Well Trap devices, a new exclusive bonus for Sisters of Eve ships and Exploration frigates, Analysis Strength for Analyzer +1. Yes, finally, and we do get the content that forces you to use a specialized ship, not an interceptor for every goddamn thing that is on this game server and game. I mean, come on, it was getting pretty annoying. The interceptor is a hauler, the interceptor is an exploration ship, the interceptor is an interceptor, the interceptor is so many things, and that's not cool. And right now, well, we are forced to use exploration ships and of course Sisters of Eve ships, which will allow us to get inside these level 5 type cans. But again, considering it's everything is happening in nullsec and it's just a part of the systems, is not everywhere in nullsec. These level 5 sites will only spawn between minus 0.8 and minus 1.0 security status. There's not many systems that fall into this category, so it's probably going to be a common sense of them being farmed. Since there are not many, there's constantly going to be people inside of them. So if you're not living in nullsec, you can try your best at finding one such site, but it's probably going to get you killed, because you will not be running in an interceptor, you will be running either Sisters of Eve or an exploration ship. You will be having covert ops cloaking devices, but you will have bubble interdiction immunity, meaning if you get caught in a bubble and you don't know how to get out of it or jump back or escape altogether, you're kind of screwed. We also get increasing bounties for pirates driving the rock by 30%, meaning any pirate using a rock will give you a 30% increase in bounty as opposed to what they currently give. Now we get to the bad stuff. New events, Sun Chaser funding program. If you remember the Sun Chaser funding program for the Golden Age. Yeah, casino slots machines back on the table. And honestly, you know my position. I have a definitive no stance when it comes to gambling, especially on mobile games. And it feels like this, again, just introducing casino slot machines. I mean, I've been having a discussion lately with people on Reddit, and somebody said, well, it's a transaction. No, it's not a transaction. A transaction is basically a trade of something, the currency, the goods, but it's something for specific trade. Like I'm paying you to buy apples, but this is a transaction. So a microtransaction is probably even smaller. I'm paying you to buy a chunk of an apple or a slice of apple. It's something small. I'm just paying 12 cents or something. But the actual spin wheels and all that crap of the gambling mechanics, yeah, that's gambling. It's a lottery. You're paying to get a chance at something, but it's not the thing. It's nothing tangible, even if it's virtual. It's not something concrete. It's like going to the market and paying the guy selling stuff there $2, and he'll just put a blindfold and put his hand inside a basket, and he will give you whatever he found in there. You have no idea what you're buying. That's a lottery. You're hoping it will get you something good or useful. By the way, gambling is regulated in most of the countries, including US, Europe, European Union, and plenty of other countries. And, well, in given the state of gambling inside games, we've had some trials, some court trials, in which Valve and Electronic Arts were involved a couple of years ago, and well, it involved loot boxes, which is another form of gambling inside games. What do you know? And if I'm not mistaken, these types of gambling inside games were banned in Belgium and the Netherlands. So yeah, I'm highly aggressive against gambling, and I don't encourage anyone to gamble this stuff around. But if you actually want to engage in this sort of thing, you be my guest. But these recurring events of spin wheels do feel like they're preying on people with gambling addictions, because people with such an addiction can't help themselves. This is why in regulated countries, when it comes to gambling, they have support lines in which you can call, and the governmental agencies can help you protect yourself and help you protect your money. Actually stop playing these games. It's like a rehab of you not engaging in any gambling activities, because it's costing you not necessarily your entire money, but your funds. You're affecting your families, your friends. You're borrowing from all sorts of shady people just to gamble them away. You're selling stuff out of your house. You're taking out funds from your children's funds when they grow up. You're selling parts of your car. You're selling whatever you can find, just because the addiction of gambling is severe and ugly. And if you happen to have, it's very difficult to admit any addiction, of course, but if you do experience this, do seek help. I mean, there's ways to overcome this, and you need to keep away from stuff like this. It's really bad. So yeah, we'll probably get another casino slot machine from the Sun Chaser funding program, and which will give out, by the way, a nanocore for freighters, which will be a golden age nanocore. We all know that the golden age nanocore allows you to jump just like a capital ship from high sec. You can only activate it in high sec into high sec. I can't remember if you can activate it in low sec as well. But either way, the jump range is severely limited, and this feels like an attempt to give people a working mechanic on jump freighters, because they mentioned they will be not introducing jump freighters, but this nanocore will allow you to jump to ITCs. Now, the jump range will probably be limited, just between 1 and 4 light years, maybe even less. But it will allow you to jump from high sec to high sec if you want to carry stuff. But the purpose of the jump freighter is to actually jump out of null sec to avoid moving alongside null sec gates to be camped and to get caught and to get destroyed. So the purpose of jump freighters is to jump away from danger, jump to somewhere safe, and then continue jumping until you reach your destination. Another event, pop art exhibition, Kyle's Night, and we get like something, and it's going to be during the event, reduced tax rates, a more trading center, and more items purchased by insurance companies, increased planetary production yield. We don't know what this event consists other than those bonuses. It might be just that, but we might get also something extra. I don't know. New Eden store updates. We get a lot of extra packs or updates to existing stuff inside the store. I find it really funny. Skill points lucky bag. The name is pretty funny, and purchase this lucky bag to get regular nanosource lucky chests and some skill points. You will receive 1 to 3 regular nanosources and a chance to get items such as classified gravitational wave graph and some refactoring permissions for your nanocore. New version, skills, special offers. Purchase this pack to get some stuff in IPs and massive skill points. We don't know what that is. Blueprints, secret trafficking container decryptor special offer. You have the chance to obtain the Exuma rig blueprint op box, the mining drone blueprint, the Exuma drone blueprint, 3P integrated modules plus blueprint, and the 4P integrated module U blueprint. By opening the blueprint secret trafficking container, so we will be getting some form of container. It might be linked to the event which is called a pop art exhibition. So yeah, it will definitely involve the use of keys. Stop asking that question. You know the answer already. You get some boxes, you can force them open and get some shit, or you can pay up and get some more decent shit. But it's still RNG, it's still a loot box, and it's still gambling, which is horrible. Well, there we go into the optimizations. We got added station sorting to personal assets. Finally, stations are now listed in different categories in personal assets. Now you can tap and hold item icons to view item tips in my orders. Finally, now you can tap and hold the item icons to view item tips in my orders on the market page. This is something that I honestly mentioned in so many videos, in Fix the Damn Market, in Top 10 Issues, in a bunch of other podcasts. If I'm reading this correctly, you will be able, from the My Orders, to get open the information panel for the item that you're selling to see, I don't know, the view market details, to see its prices, if it has shifted, and if you need to modify the price. Because previously you had to close the My Orders, go back to the market, go back to your to the item in question, check the market details, go back to My Orders, and modify the price accordingly if you need to. So this is awesome. You can pick up switch between regular, advanced, and expert levels of skills in skill tips, and the statistics feature of Corporation Mission is available to pilots. Bug fixes. Fixed issue where oversized text can be set in chat channels. This was fixed long ago, wasn't it? Fixed the issue where capital anomaly spawn rate was sometimes incorrect. Fixed the issue where some decrypted material efficiencies were inconsistently displayed on the industrial screen. Fixed the issue where chat windows in the war games might disappear sometimes. Fixed the issue where the rotation speed displayed on the screen may not match the actual speed when the module to increase weapon rate of fire is enabled. Fix the refresh rate issue of local player list, finally, because so many people have been crying about this. You can't rely on it, but you can't live without it. So this, finally, we get a fix on that. Added a feature for pilots to change their structure names. Pilots can spend a certain amount of plex to change any structure name. After the release of this feature, all the structure names can be changed once for free. And that's pretty much it on this. I mentioned at the beginning a couple of good stuff, a couple of bad stuff, a couple of meh, but it looks like an overall good patch notes, and hopefully there will be no issues with the deployment tomorrow. And I honestly want to see everything that can be seen, but I don't think we'll be receiving the version at the same time on the test server. But as soon as this version hits the test servers, we'll all be on there trying to get more information for you guys in regards to the blueprint materials, in regards to stuff on exploration, the sites themselves, the loot available, and of course the source radius of those sites, those new sites, and what does it take for your ship and modules and rigs to scan one such site down. And don't forget, we got a community question of the week. You can participate and get a shot at one of the 3 Omega combo clones. You just need to drop a comment below with your in-game name, your character ID, and answer to the question, which is, what would you prefer, the Orca or the Rorqual? Which one would you pick to fly? Well, I don't know, it depends. You can argument either the accessibility or the price, or how much improvement will it be over the current industrial ships, you know, stuff like that. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Very shout out to my child supporters, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.